Yes, so today being the 10th day of the month of December, we have one of the biggest and one of the groundbreaking videos to discuss and showcase to you today. The President of the Federation, the President of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has mistakenly, without his full knowledge, given us a date where we say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will receive the full political settlement that is already in discourse and in conversations. In this video, we shall be giving you a full and detailed analysis of every single thing that will happen, because of say we don't do an in-depth research, and wait till we see now something where we say nobody don't see her before, and the agenda we dey within the context of things. So wait till they happen. Well, let's break it down, and to break them down, we have to start this conversation from the 20th of November leading up to today being the 10th day of December. Hope you guys are paying attention, but because of say Bola Tinubu don't give us different hints over time, and nobody paid attention, nobody picked up in this hint, and now we don't know where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will leave Sokoto prison. It will not happen earlier than that date. Okay, let's discuss it. After Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was given a sentence on the 20th of November, Bianca Ojukwu came out to tell us that, see, I've been in Nigeria when they sentenced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So therefore, I will travel back to Nigeria and meet with Bola Tinubu and meet with the presidency to discuss a political settlement. So right now on your screen, the article released by Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu. We're not going to bore you by reading through every single thing highlighted on your screen, but I don't tell you what be the content of this article showing right now on your screen. But if you don't believe me, you can pause the video and read up. So now, as you can clearly see, Bianca Ojukwu said she was going to meet with the presidency after that judgment was given on the 20th. This was stated on the 21st, and when she came out to make that statement. One day after, that is on the 22nd day of the month of November, 2 days after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced to life imprisonment, the governor of Abia State came out to say the same thing. That we don't know what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have seen the news, we've read updates and articles, and now it's time to move and enter a pure form of dialogue and political settlements with the presidency. Showing right now on your screen, now something where you need to see coming from Aloy Jimako, but written by the governor of Abia State in the person of Alex Otti. Okay, Alex Otti in person. So now we don't establish the fact, say, conversations are being held with Bola Tinubu regarding a possible political settlement. Now a fact where we say everybody don't know, everybody don't get idea. But during the course of these visitations and meetings, the presidency did not tell us, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I will handle it, though. And this is how the whole thing will be. No, he did not say anything. He did not give us clarity. But people, the aides of Alex Otti and the aides of governors who don't meet President Bola Tinubu, and then come out and hint us on what did happen. Let's start with the case of Charles Oludo. He visited Bola Tinubu on the 28th of November 2025 to discuss various political scenarios in Anambra State, and also potentially to discuss for an imminent release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, Charles Oludo did not tell us the bone of contention. He did not tell us why this meeting was held. He did not tell us how the president will handle the case of Nnamdi Kanu. He did not tell us. But I want to know, say, Tinubu referred to him as a friend from over 22 years. Okay? And the president did not say anything. The presidency did not say anything regarding the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They ignored that conversation, or maybe that conversation was kept in a secret and classified form. Then, on the 2nd of December, Alex Otti traveled to Aso Rock Presidential Villa to meet with the presidency, meet with them face-to-face, have a conversation face-to-face after Charles Oludo was there. Alex Otti went there with one purpose. CEO, we want you to look into a political settlement for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And after the meeting, we did not get any formal information. We did not get any formal briefing from Alex Otti himself or even Bola Tinubu. When you go down to Alex Otti's Twitter page or social media platform, there's nothing you will see there regarding the visit to Bola Tinubu regarding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And since Alex Otti no one talk, And since Charles Soludo no one talk, the aides of these governors begin to speak because of say the president will definitely discuss his meetings with his aide. Hope you are paying attention. So now the aides of these individuals come begin they speak. The very first aide we talk, where they give us hints on where this whole situations they head to, are the aide of Alex Otti. Make I show you. It states Otti's meeting with Tinubu about Kanu. Otti's meeting with Bola Tinubu was about Kanu and not defection. Governor's aide stated. Okay. Aloy Ejimakor can give us more clarity where the special advisor to the Abia State Governor Alex Otti on media and publicity, Ferdinand Ekeoma, has said the governor's visit to President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday centered on issues concerning Nnamdi Kanu and his continuation of efforts to secure Kanu's release. Now, so this article take put on and adhere every single thing take be. This aide did not even stop there. This aide also gave clarifications. He spoke on what really happened between Bola Tinubu and Alex Otti. He told some individuals, these informations are classified information, but he don't discuss them with people where we get information from. Hope you are following. So what's be the full conversations between these two individuals? Let's discuss it and let's break it down. And now things go really get very interesting. Now you go know the date where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. And now you go know if you should go and sleep and wake up on that date, or if you should stay awake and follow up with things where they happen. So it will be the case here. When Alex Otti went to Aso Rock Presidential Villa, he greeted Bola Tinubu based on what the aide they talk. Okay? Alex Otti can't brief Bola Tinubu the health conditions and the current health status of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then I said, this man, no, they're very, very healthy. This man was receiving proper medical treatment from his private lawyers outside the DSS facility when he was still in Abuja. He told the president of how ill or the series of health conditions where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gets. He briefed him properly and the president understood the message when they pass across. Alex Otti wasn't telling him of the health of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because of say Tinubu cares. He's telling him about his health because of say he go dey very bad on his side if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dey for Sokoto State gone die. You no go too sharp for the country's security awareness or security well-being. If you know, you know. I don't want to go in depth into him. Now waiting. Alex Otti, they tell him in the brief him for this particular meeting. Tell us they say as the bill, and Tinubu himself fully understood the conversation in its plain form. He still understand where Alex Otti they drive to gradually and straightforward. Okay. After telling him about the health conditions of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he told him about a political solution. You as a president now, we respect you. And we respect you at your presidency and your office. You have the power to a political settlement and a political solution. He can propose a step-by-step plan. So it's one thing to meet the president, tell him, say, I beg, give us a political settlement. Another thing for you to meet him. Can propose the plan step by step. And the responses will come from Bola Tinubu can give us hints where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. We'll come back to that. So let's continue the conversation. So Alex Otti gave him a step-by-step plan. Private talks, conditions, phased release or supervised freedom in break and down for Bola Tinubu. So you as a president, you can do it. Even the president of USA recently granted clemency to a man convicted, a former president of a country in Southern America. I've forgotten his name right about now. But why making this edit? If I remember, I'll put the article right now on your screen so you can see the president that Donald Trump granted clemency as of last week. Tell us, say you can do it too. You get the power to grant clemency to anybody where they be before your table. Everything where they here, they up to you as number one citizen of this country. Alex Otti can tell and say, see the political benefits where it will give you if you can do this thing for Nnamdi Kanu. You have done something big for the whole of the Southeast. You've done something big for the whole of Southeast ahead of the 2027 circle. He didn't use election as the case may be. He used the word circle. He said if you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it will put you on a very good standpoint and a goodwill in the Southeast books. And by doing so, it's going to reduce all forms of protest or risk where fear escalates if at any point anything happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the custody. It will also give you a credit as a peacemaker, both the domestic and diaspora optics. So now, Alex Otti is a very smart person. He tell him three big benefits where this whole thing will give him if he can release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The one be say the Southeast will support him in the next cycle of political campaigns will go happen pretty soon. He will reduce any form of security unrest. And number two, and give him and make him a peacemaker, both in the country and international space. At this particular point in time, Tinubu was still paying attention. Yes, Tinubu was still paying attention. He never began giving responses because of saying your responses now go tell us what did happen. So Alex Otti was breaking things down for him and how it be. That is the best way to go about it. Now you they meet the man, how you go propose, give him, outline every single thing for him, how he go be. Alex Otti can tell us you can also inform the AGF, Attorney General of the Federation, tell us say CRC look into this matter and look into the conversation because of say una two need to work hand in hand. You the president and the AGF needs to work hand in hand. You guys be like two different sides of a coin in this matter. If I meet you, I go still meet the AGF to look for a possible political solution. But now you now be the cocoa. Once you give the green light, once you make that call, every other thing will begin to follow suit and fall into play gradually. Hope you guys are paying attention, ba? Now wait see Alex Otti tell Tinubu. To wrap things off, Alex Otti can't tell Tinubu, say, see, me meeting you and having this conversation with you is not because I want to defect to the APC or because I want you to invite me to the APC. No, it's about Kanu 100%. Me living Abia State. Because before he traveled, a day before, he had events in Abia State. And a day after, he also had events in Abia State. So Alex Otti had tight schedule, but he forced a meeting out from his very, very tight schedule. Intel Tinubu say, I'm not coming here because of I want to come to your party. I'm coming here because of goodwill. Now things begin sharp. Now we begin hear every single thing and begin know the plans of the government. What did Tinubu say? Let's start with his responses as stated by the aide. Tinubu first of all inform him say everything we want to discuss here should be on a low key till it's everything takes shape. Because first of all, I don't want to be pressured by the public because of this matter. Already, me as a president, I have a lot of things on my desk. Issues, they come up every single day, and issues, they happen every day. We will break them down. We want to break them down as we take Siam from this aid. But I think our own analysis to it. So Tinubu was saying he has a lot of things on his desk, but he wants the whole thing to be kept in private and make Alex Otti no get any form of expectations from the conversation we did hold. Tinubu can say, now, what's be the update on Nnamdi Kanu's legal issue? Alex Otti break down for them, say judgment has been passed, which Tinubu know already. But now they want to move into the appeal court. Tinubu can talk, say, okay, now you guys have two options now. It's either you put the appeal court process on hold and allow us to run this political settlement and see how far it can go. Because of, say, if this matter starts in the appeal court, we don't have the powers anymore to stop a judicial process. If this matter is being held in an appeal court, me, the president, I don't go one step into the appeal court to tell them, say, I beg, I'm going to hold or halt this trial because of, say, I want to settle this case politically. I cannot do that. It's either you guys wait for this political settlement to take shape, or you call off the appeal, or you can still continue with the appeal. Hope you guys are following. So in the bottom line is, if the appeal kicks off, political settlement will not be in the picture until the appeal is done. He cannot call off the appeal when political settlement don't start. Hope you guys are following, but Alex Otti, being a very smart man, got and say, okay, I will speak to the lawyer, so I will speak to Aloy Ejimakor to know their own stance, because I myself, I'm not a legal practitioner. I'm here on the terms of political settlement, but the issue of appeal or legal stuff, I will need to consult people within that conversation. But before then, before I go even involve Aloy Ejimakor, I go want to know how the political settlement could be and how long will it take. How long will it take? Tinubu say no. The political settlement now, I feel give you clarity only if the appeal is called off or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu closes his case on the appeal. Hope you guys are paying attention. So now let's quickly do a very fast analysis here. If you pay attention, you're going to say this appeal where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu one go do, based on what the presidency they talk, now they prevent or you go prevent any form of political settlement, Abi? Very good. Now, they want them to call off this appeal so that political settlements can start or take shape. To me, the two can work simultaneously. The appeal can be on while you, as a president, go they make moves for a political settlement. These two can work hand in hand. Then whatever is the outcome of this appeal, you as a president can jump in or make you now the presidency start a settlement. May that settlement happen before an appeal can start. As the president of the country, you have the powers to do so, even today. So all these delays where they use appeal court process as a reason for, makes sense to me. What I'm thinking here is that they want to stop Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from appealing. And you know what that means? If you stop him from appealing, you don't take away his right to appeal that case. Meaning, say, that life sentence would stand. Hope you guys are paying attention. Meaning, say, the life sentence will stand. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would never want to throw away his rights for an appeal because of, say, Tinubu use the mouth talk, say, political settlements will come into play. So this is very, very tricky. And the questions we Alex Otti they ask, they're very, very important. So he wants to know the timeline of this political settlement. And Tinubu said, no, political settlements would either happen or not, only if the appeal is not in the conversation, because you don't get the power as a president to call off a judicial process. So wait, see, be the timeline now. He don't use the mouth and give us a date. He don't use the mouth and give us a date when the presidency will be willing to jump into Nnamdi Kanu's political settlement. Let's discuss it now. From what Tinubu talk, we don't get the date. The date now will happen after an appeal court, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never want to push away his right for an appeal. So how will it happen? We know, say, later this month or late December, Nnamdi Kanu will settle the record of an appeal, the transcription of trial proceedings, evidence filings, and the rest. That one will happen later this year. Abi? Why on the 27th day of January of next year, the court go hear a motion on transfer, production of warrants, and the rest. That will happen on the 27th, which is next year. Why by February to March of next year, there will be a transmission of appeal record to the Court of Appeal of Nigeria, scheduling a first appeal hearing. It will happen between February and March. Why between April and June, first hearings at the Court of Appeal will take place, where arguments on conviction, sentencing, jurisdiction, procedural irregularities, fair trial concerns, etc. go take full shape. So now, we don't know, say from now till next year, June, nothing will happen politically. That is not even all. Why? Towards mid to late of next year, a judgment by Court of Appeal could possibly happen. That is to say, the judgment from the Court of Appeal will happen late 2026. So for wait till they calculate, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release will happen, political settlement, probably Don't take my words for it. I don't be prophet though. I don't be Tinubu or anything, but Tinubu don't use the mouth to give us hints. So settlement for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu probably will happen late 2026 based on the appeal court timeline. This man wants to work with the appeal court. He wants to work with their timeline and they wait for answers. So we don't say if the appeal court process kicks off now late next year, political settlements could happen. So let's say around November next year, now they feel release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if they happen to push for this whole appeal. Okay? But now, before the appeal court process happens or kicks off, which like we said could happen between February or March, you as a president, you can call off this whole thing before the appeal court process starts. So now we have 2 dates. If Bola Tinubu jumps into the whole conversations now, which pressure they on his head, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released before the appeal court kicks off, which is around February or March next year, early next year. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release is happening early next year, between February or March, or between November and December next year. From calculations we don't see. And for waiting you use the mouth talk, there are 2 dates, between early next year or late next year. So if you ask me, I would say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release can happen around February of next year, or it can happen around November of next year. Now 2 dates where we don't see, where the president don't hint us on, he don't give us full clarifications on, and we don't know what they happen. We don't see him, and we don't. And that is why Alex Otina is very, very calm. Ever since we met with Bola Tinubu, he don't be like say he come out his hand from the whole conversation. Like say he don't raise his hand up. He don't know when this release will happen, February or November. Now one thing we don't see, they're very clear. They're very clear for everybody to see. So you can take our words for it in this particular date frame. So what's going to happen before that whole time? Well, it's very, very simple. A lot of groups in the country will want the president to move fast. A lot of groups, a lot of Pan-African or Pan-Igbo groups in the country will ask for international bodies to jump in. And while making this video, we can also say, as of yesterday being the 9th of December, this popular Igbo group, Ohanaeze Ndigbo, they made a comment regarding Nnamdi Kanu's case. They sent letters to the USA regarding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. And for clarity, let me show you. This is coming from the Vanguard. And you can do your own research by yourself if you want to double check or fact check as it states. Igbo leaders call for urgent US intervention in Nigeria, condemn Nnamdi Kanu's life sentence. If you're paying attention, but they don't even stop there. After writing to the US, they also called upon the UK government. They criticized the UK government 100%, say, you people don't mess up. When our own citizen is locked up in Nigeria, and when I raise our hands up, like say, nothing concern us, so we're not interested. And you as UK, Britain, can actually come into Nigeria and take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu away if you guys want it to happen that way, but no. So this Pan-African or Pan-Igbo group wrote to the UK government. What did they say? Make I show you. You failed your citizen. Pan-Igbo activists condemn UK government silence on Nnamdi Kanu's case. I don't see them. So all of these kind of things could they come up, could they brew up till February of next year, as we don't predict. So this is December, right? We have January and February. So we have like less than a month plus, or let's call it 2 months before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. But we know say plenty things will happen in this 2 months time frame. We're looking at February, sorry. We know say plenty things will happen within this time frame. And that's something maybe say everybody's supposed to follow and they pay attention to, based on what the presidency don't hint us on, asking for this appeal process. We don't get the first good news. We don't get the first good news way there on the table. And that one is a very big and gigantic one. Which other news do we have for you? Well, you don't say. As of 2 days ago, yeah, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case was heard in the Federal High Court. We say Omotosho handle Abi. Surprisingly, you get one lawyer where nobody know who him be. You get one lawyer we appear before the Federal High Court acting on behalf of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That lawyer made a lot of mistakes in the court of law. He made too many rudimentary errors. Now we can say, talk, who be this lawyer and why is he making this kind of errors left, right, and center? We had to do some research on him to understand his background and to understand who he be, so that we can come out here and tell you firsthand, say, see the man way do this thing against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we don't find details about him. Big details don't there about him, and that's something we be say, I will advise you clearly to go and watch and to go and observe. So who be this man? Well, his name is Temdu Hassan, and in a video we will make yesterday, we don't categorically give out his identity. Not identity per se, his portfolio, where he came from, who sent him, and who in the work for. We don't put them out there for everybody to see, and that's something we say you must watch and you must see him. Yes. So how can you watch the video if you're interested? Or don't worry yourself. If you click on our channel's logo, this logo we see right now on your screen, we get green, yellow, black, red, sky blue, and blue colors layered as A. And that logo be that. If you click on that logo, it will take you to our page where you will see our videos we don't create. Yes, you will see our videos, and you will see a video titled, "We found the strange lawyer who represented Nnamdi Kanu in the court of law." And that video be that. If you click on that video, you go watch them, and you will see everything where they wait for you in this particular context of things. And for those of us who don't see that video, those of us who don't get time to click on our channel's logo and the rest, where can you watch the video? No worry, make I direct you to where you can get the video and watch it right about now. I'll leave a link to that particular update, that particular video right now on your screen. And they show right now on your screen. This one way they see here. So click on this video to watch and understand. Click on this particular video, and I'll see you on the other side of your screens. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and be blessed in everything you do.